Welcome back. Uh, Yet another discussion. Today, I am going to be starting with our first stock, which is going to be Infi after Nifty. So today we will talk about markets kya lagta hai for Nifty, and then markets kya lagta hai for Infi. And I'm ever excited to talk about really nice stuff out here. But before we do that, very quickly, risk disclosure. This is solely for training purposes. I am not willing to take any risks on your behalf. You take your own risks and you do it if you agree with me. You learn. You don't want to trade right away. You might want to take your time out and then look at it if it works a fair bit for you. Okay, and with that, let me quickly go to my charts. Okay, now there are too many lines out there. Please forgive me. Just a very high level, we are one, two, and then third, and then within that we are on the black side, one, two, and third, and this one, two has been one, two, three, four, five, and then you've got a correction, and then we are probably completing a first of that. Okay, and if that first is getting over, it should probably get over somewhere around 14,700 to about 13,500 level. So that's a target that we are looking at now in this correction, and if that comes, we believe markets would go up, and this could be a very sharp correction down, and it may happen little fast. So we want to be ready to take advantage and to then start investing into the right stocks at the right time. So that's with the big picture out of our way. Let's go to the granular picture. Okay, in within the granular picture, we have, and I'm just doing it very fast because I've been doing it every week again and again. This was our 1 2. Out of that 1 2, we have seen a 1 2 here, and a 3 was here, which was made up of red 1 2 3 4 5, and then we have completed a 4, and this 15,100 levels, we caught it very nicely, and then markets went up, and within that last move we are able to see, so this blue, under the blue you have a red, which is 1 2 3 4 and 5, and within that 5 you have a black, which is one, this selected one here, 1 2 3 4 5. You are able to see it very nicely, and then the blue is over 1 2 3 4 5, the black is over 1 2 3 4 5, and the red is over 1 2 3 4 5, the highest of that being the blue, which happens to be a primary wave. Okay, and if I go one level above that very quickly, then the correction we are talking about to happen somewhere here till about this level. Okay, so if this is a target, and there could also be a target which is the low of this 4, which happens to be 15,100 something. Okay, so there is also a target out there. Let me just mark that very quickly, so that I do not miss that out. So we have got a lot of targets that we are tracking here. Okay, but now the real fun was in the short term charts, and here we talked about multiple targets, and this was our most important target, which is exactly 1.6% of this particular move. So all the people who have been watching us, they would be very happy, prepared to book out maximum of their profits in the shorts if they were short, or they were able to make benefit out of this. Okay, really perfect, exactly at 1.6 times the wave 1 was wave 3, and then beyond that it started correcting. Okay, and within that wave, if I go down to 15 minutes, within that wave we are clearly seeing an A, a B. B is made up of A, B, C. I'll just quickly mark that for you if you find it difficult to do so. So this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C, and this would be 2 points and in blue color. Okay, and this would be of the level of minute. So this I'm just marking it to be a minute wave. So we've seen an ABC, very nice ABC. So this is an A, this is a B sideways, and then we are in C. This C wave, again, before that, I will just go to even deeper levels and talk about something, because there is a possibility that this may get over somewhere between 18,340 and 18,240. Okay, there is a high probability, and it should not go beyond 18,400 levels, in my opinion. So if I do A is equal to C, then it comes to around these levels, 18,387, 390 levels. And within that, you've seen a 1, you've seen a 2, and a very nice ferocious 3. There should be a sideways correction 4, and then a 5, or this 4 could actually be a sideways correction. So now my targets are going to be 18,343 and 18,384, or 400, you may take it. So after this ABC correction, we are expecting a leg down, which will take us below, most likely below 17,780 levels. Okay, so this is how I expect Nifty to behave in shorter term. Again, Nifty volatility is not very high. So again, I do not want to put my nose in there and recommend you an options trade. However, as I promised, let's go to Infi. On Infosys, let me first start with a monthly uh, chart. And in this monthly chart, this is how it looks like. Let me just reduce it further. So if you really look at it, Infosys was going slow and steady, and then after the correction to 2020, it had a sudden up move. Okay, and that the way you would look at it is, you had a 1, a 2, and then the third is starting, and within that third you've got a 1 and 2. Then the third is starting, within that third you have a 1 and 2. Then third is starting, within that third you have got a 1 and 2. And then the third is starting, within that third you have got a 1 and 2. Okay, and that is why this third was third of third of third of third of third. So 5 times third, and that is why it had such a high ferociousness. Okay, a lot of times we after the move is done, we are able to understand, oh, that is what it was. That is exactly what happened in Infi between 2020, where it went from 525 all the way to 1955, almost 4 times. It went within a year's time, year and a half, maybe, I don't know. So that was because it was third of third of third of third of third, 5 times third. Okay, and that's the ferociousness that you would see. But we are not here to talk about the past is good for reference. We want to talk about the future, because that's where we will be able to position ourselves the best way possible. Okay, now if I go little bit down, and let me directly go to daily and then start showing you the beauty of it. So here, this was the third where it got over 1950 odd levels. After that, you would see very nicely. Okay, only look at, let me just mark this into a gray color. Let it be, what color was that? It was red. So let it be that. I just am going to reduce the opacity. Okay, so now this blue is very nicely seen, and if you really look at this blue, you had a very clear 1, a 2, a 3, a very nice third, a fourth, and a fifth. And this gave very nice divergence. So this up move was very evident. This gave a very nice divergence in weekly charts, and then this up move was very evident, very nice. And there is one very important thing: when it came down on this third, it created a gap on daily, and this gap is a very important gap that you should be watching. Markets do not like gaps to be left behind. Markets always try to complete that gap. So when it came down here with 1 2 3 4 5 in blue, it started moving up, and this move up could be ABC move, or it could be a 1 2 3 4 5 move again. Now, if this is an ABC move, which is the most conservative way of looking at it, within that A, I am able to mark 1 2 3 4 5 very nicely. Okay. And then you have a correction B here, which has corrected 61%, very close to 61%. Let me zoom in and talk about it. So Nifty came back all the way to around 1355. After that, it went all the way to 16666, and at that point in time, it started testing the gap which was created. And that gap, the people who sold and to created that gap came back, and they pushed that. So there was even more selling that came in, and this could have been a 1 and a 2, or it could have been an A and a B. Okay, does not really matter what it is. The what matters is there is a very high probability that this correction seems to be over, which is very close to this 4, and now Infi is ready to go up. Where will be your stop loss? Your stop loss will be below this level, 1359. At the same time, if you are a very long term player, okay, if you are a very long term player, then you will need to watch out for this correction. So this seems to be an A, this could be a B, which is made up of ABC, and then there might be a C. If there is a C, this may take us below 13,050, 1350. If it takes below 1350, you might want to reduce your stop loss. So it really depends. You want to buy here and then let it fly here, reduce a little bit of your exposure, and then let it come back to a better level and invest more in Infi. But if you really look at it from a long term point of view, Infosys looks to be a good investment bet. It is giving you a very good opportunity right now to invest in. It may provide one more opportunity to invest you, but if this is a 1 and a 2 and a 3, then we have already gone. Okay, so I would recommend you to put a little bit of money in Infosys at this point in time. I would rather say, I'm not recommending you, I would like you to observe it to be able to put. So I was talking about this divergence here, very nice divergence. So at that point in time, to some of my students, I had recommended to invest in Infosys at these levels. If you have invested, very good. If you have not invested, we have got an opportunity one more time. Okay, and let me go back to the daily chart. On this daily chart, so if you look at it, we see a very nice 1 2 3 4 5, a correction, and then within that correction, now I'm able to see a 1 and a 2. Okay, so if you are a very short term player, then you might as well want to put your stop loss a little below this B level, and then let it rise. Infosys has got results somewhere here, which is 12th of Jan. Now, in 12th of Jan, I probably see the markets getting into this gap. Okay, so there is a possibility that Infi may have a very nice ferocious move up there, or if it is very simple one, then 1 2, there would be a 3, which is about 1.6 times this one, which is near about 1570, and then take a stop, pause, go up, then again come down, and then go up. So there is a possibility that around result session, it would actually, based on the results, it would come back down and then it will start going up. I am not very sure how Infosys really wants to play around it, but the way it looks like a good buy to me. Okay, and this could be my first investment, expecting Nifty to do a very good up move in a longer term. Nifty is still going to go in a correction, but now I want to look at different stocks and I want to start deploying my capital slowly and steadily with the fall in Nifty. One more very quick thing, if you guys have little more time for me, a very nice way of analyzing markets is I do compare it against Nifty. Okay, and if I do that, there's a trick not too many people know. You can divide, add, subtract, whatever. So I divide Infi with Nifty, and if I do that, then I am going to be able to get a combination chart on Infosys divide by Nifty. And if I look at that, let me just go to monthly. If you really look at long-term picture on Infi divide by Nifty, you would see that in 2000 we had Infosys completely overpowering Nifty. It went zoom up compared to Nifty, and then for almost 20 years, Infi has been sideways. Okay, compared to Nifty. So we have not done way better compared to Nifty. So people who talked about stories about Infosys being a huge value creator and everything, that is kind of getting slower. But then post 2017, again it started picking up, and you would see a very clear 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so you would be able to see that this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is a 3. This is exactly 1.6% of that, and then we have corrected 50%, little more than 50% within 60%. So from here I would expect this to start overperforming. Okay, now you would say, oh come on, why you are making so complicated? Rather than analyzing only Infi, you are analyzing combination of Infosys and Nifty and all these things. But this do work. Okay, because the way the participants are, they are comparing their investments. The large participants, they are comparing their investments against Nifty or against the standard indexes, and they want to analyze and compare their performance of their mutual funds or whatever with Nifty, right? So they want to be in better stocks than Nifty. So given this, there are many more possibilities, many more things that I have observed. Based on all those things, I strongly believe that Infosys is ready to move to, at least if nothing else, move to these levels, which are 17,087 in a short term. So that is going to be, if it is ABC, same. And let's see how it goes beyond that. So I would be happy to be able to put my stop loss somewhere around these levels. Okay, it's little lower, but I'm not very sure where this ABC may correct, but I might move my stop loss here and there. But if that is the way it is, I would have my target of Infosys to be around 2,100 and 2,200 odd levels, 270 odd levels. If this correction is over, and if the deeper correction, then targets might be little different. But it gives me a very good risk to reward if you really look at it. If I go with this stop loss with this target, pretty nice risk to reward. If I go with stop loss little below, even then it's a very nice risk to reward that I am able to get. And even if I hold it for a very long term, Infosys seems to be a better bet. Thank you, and see you next week. I hope I am able to do some value add to you. If you really, really think I am doing some value add to you, please like, please comment. That gives me a lot of energy, and share it with others if you think it's going to be any useful. Thank you. Great time. Cheers.